let's start with our first topic, and let's see if we can make anything practical out of the meaning of suffering. The meaning of suffering as a dictionary, definition, the Oxford Languages. The state of undergoing pain, distress, or hardship, right? So, pretty straightforward. That's suffering. In distress, going through hardship, undergoing pain. All right, that doesn't sound fun. So, um, the meaning of suffering then is simply that, going through pain. Now, when we, in terms of bringing this back to our spiritual topic, what is the meaning of suffering in our lives, right? What meaning can suffering take? Do you know anyone truly, I mean, that you can say without a shadow of a doubt that that person does not have any suffering? No, you don't. Nobody does. None of us have no suffering. We have different flavors of it, right? Some may seem easier to someone, some may seem harder, some may seem, and I mean, there's a reason somebody said the grass is always greener, right? It's because that's the way it is. We look at others and we go, "Oh, look, this looks nice." Yeah, but others are presenting themselves in the best of light. So, what does this all mean when it comes to suffering? Well, basically, it means one thing, and the Buddhists said it. I mean, so many different traditions, so many different sources, psychology, uh, everybody, it comes back to the same thing. Life is suffering. There's no way around it. You're not going to get around suffering. You're not going to get, like over it. You're not going to get under it. You're going to get through it, right? Now, here's the deal. When you encounter suffering, one of two things can happen. You start walking through it, and hopefully, you walk as fast and as straight as you can through it, right? You take the lessons that are in that suffering, but you do it in the most efficient way. So, you know what? Here's the deal. Anytime you get through a phase of your life where all of a sudden things start falling apart, everything seems like it's losing its footing, there's a message in there. Something's happening in your life, and you need to learn the lesson. Now, that lesson could take you 20 years to learn. That lesson could also take you, I don't know, 6 months, like depending what it is, right? Obviously, some lessons take a little longer than others. But still, if you come into that suffering and you say, why is this happening? What am I doing? What am I not accepting in my life? What am I not releasing into the universe that is preventing me from moving forward in an unobstructed way? Because I believe this. I believe that if you don't have the wrong attachments, if you don't have attachments to results of over things that you have no control over, if you let go of the things that you actually don't have any control over. And here's some news, people. That is everything but yourself. I mean, you could say you have control even, like I could build a thing, right? I could build a shelter, right? So I have control over that part, right? I don't have to suffer the elements. Well, yes, I do. However, do I have control over the fact that I may hit my hand with the hammer while I'm building it? Do I have control over, so when I start off and I say I'm going to build me a shelter, now, I have a plan, and this road from point A to point B, where I end up with a full shelter, looks a certain way. But here's what life will do to you: life will make that path have to take a whole bunch of zigzags and not go in the straight line that you had envisioned. But that's just how it works, right? And this is why the Buddha said, oh, okay, so life is suffering, right? That's what he discovered. He set out to go end suffering and came back and said, well, there's only one way to end suffering, and that is for each of us to actually accept suffering